Okay, so hear me out. I spent almost 2 years searching for the perfect camera bag, and I may have found it. This is the Prima System from Boundary Supply, and we're not only going to talk all about it, but I want to get into something that no one else is talking about. Let's get it. What's going on YouTube? My name is Jordan Fremgen, and on this channel I like to talk about graphic design and photography. Obviously this one's a little bit more photography focused, but if any of that's your vibe, consider subscribing and sticking around a little while. Or at least give this video a like, as you know it does help, and I would like to know if it helped you. So either way, I'm glad you're here. Let's get going with this thing. So yeah, I've been on the hunt for the perfect camera bag for some time now, and I get it. Everyone and their mom is on YouTube trying to find the perfect camera bag, but I'm actually really impressed by this bag, and I want to share that with you. Don't get me wrong, I know that perfect doesn't really exist, and what might be the perfect camera bag for me might not actually be the perfect camera bag for you. All I'm saying is that I did a lot of research and compared a lot of bags over the last couple of years. And from my knowledge and from what I've learned, this bag right here from Boundary Supply has seriously come out on top. So let's not waste any more time and just jump right into this bag and all the cool features. First, I just want to appreciate the outside of the bag because it really does look like a dope bag. I'm a big advocate for a good looking bag. I don't like a bag that is so simple looking that it's just kind of plain and boring, but I also don't want a bag that is just trying way too hard to be stylish that it's actually not really functional. So I really feel like they've mastered the balance of functional and stylish with this bag. I chose the all black version, so if you go onto the Boundary Supply website, you will notice there are 3 different options. There is a beige with black accents type bag. That seems to be a really common one, a real popular one. I just like the all black look, so I went with that. And I think that there is a gray one with black accents as well. So go ahead and check that out. It is pretty cool that they do come in different colors, but let's just take a look at the outside of this bag. And honestly, it just feels really good. It feels like it put a lot of good effort into it with good materials. I'm not gonna bore you with all the materials and all those specs. If that is something that you really want to know about, there are plenty of videos out there for that. I'm talking about the functionality of this thing, how it holds up, and how it just functions for what it needs to do. I mean, I'm not gonna look over the fact that some things are made really well, like these clasps right here. Just opening the bag, it feels super good. You're gonna hear a lot of people talk about that. So opening the bag, access is actually enjoyable because these things, I don't even know how they work, but I know that they're magnetic of some kind. So when you're closing them, it just clips right on. You don't have to force it. You don't have to jimmy it to try to get it to close. And just opening it, it's just lifting up and pulling out, lifting up, pulling out. It's super easy. You could even just try to throw it on there and it closes. Super simple. I love this thing. I love the way that this feels. The zippers are really good. You're gonna hear a lot of people talk about the zippers. I'll get into the actual pockets in a second, but just appreciating the just the build of this bag. I love it. I think it's super cool. This handle, I've been holding it the whole time. One of the downers of this bag is that it doesn't stand up on its own, which kind of sucks, but honestly, there are plenty other things that you could be complaining about, and that's just the least of my worries. But yeah, this handle feels really good. Everything just feels really good. The padding on the back feels super good. I need something that's actually gonna be comfortable when I wear it because my back is just really messed up. But yeah, but let me show you some of these external pockets here because there are some really cool ones. And I'm gonna start with this little zipper right here that's on the top here because this seems to be your quick access pocket here, and I do access it literally every single day. There's a little pocket here. I don't know if you guys can, how well you can see that, but I just keep a little lens cloth in here, and what I think is really cool is that there's this little nylon pocket inside. That's also magnetic, by the way. It's magnetic closure, which is super nice. It's nylon, so it really protects whatever you put in there, and I put my extra pair of glasses in there, so I'm not afraid of them getting crushed because this like super soft material is keeping them protected, and I think that is so cool. There's also this little hook here for your keys, and there's actually another magnet on the end of this thing, so it actually stays secure when it's in the bag. There's like a little clip here that it just clips right into with a magnetic connection to it. So that's super satisfying, and the zippers are great too. Let's see, we got a water bottle pocket here on the side, so I use this all the time. Here's my water bottle over here. This is a 24-ounce water bottle, and I would say that this is the biggest size you really want to put in here, just because when it is full of water, it does get a little heavier, of course, and I am sometimes afraid that this would fall out. So I use this thing here that's usually used to hold your tripod in place, but I'll just wrap this thing around and I'll clip it over here so that the water bottle doesn't go anywhere, which is, you know, it works for me. So. But yeah, that'd probably be your biggest size. Like you can see that it fits comfortably, but if you're afraid of it falling out just because maybe your water bottle's a little tall, you could use this. Now hidden back here behind the water bottle pocket actually is this tiny little pocket here, which is kind of cool for just a little cable or something. I think I have my charger in here, but just it'll fit something really, really small. You don't want to pack it too much because then it makes it really hard to fit the water bottle in there. But there is a tiny little pocket right behind that, which I think is pretty cool. And so if we swing it around to the other side, you're gonna find your side access for your camera cube, which is awesome. I'm actually a huge user of the side access pocket. I know some people are not. So if this is something that is a must-have, it's got a great side access to your camera cube, which we will get into in just a minute. This is a whole other topic that I really want to spend some time on. I want to finish all the external pockets first, which we're almost there because we got one more left. We got this back pocket here, which holds your laptop and other things. I'm gonna lay this down actually. But you got your pocket back here, which is a pretty nice size pocket. And again, just like the one that's up here, it's got nylon, so this really, really nice, soft material that fits your laptop. It's nice and snug. Here's my 16-inch laptop right here, and it does fit. This is probably your max size laptop that you're gonna wanna throw in here. But it fits nice. No complaints there. But which is really cool is there's actually another side to this. There is this little organizer that comes with it. I love this thing. I think I use this almost every single day. There are two pockets here where you can add different things. It's just a little zipper pocket. I throw some cables up there. Another like a laptop connector. I put my hard drive down here. I'm not gonna take all this stuff out because that'd just be annoying. More nylon and another magnetic closure too. This is meant to fit an iPad actually, but I found that I can't fit my iPad in here with the case on it, and I pretty much have my case on it all the time, so I don't use it for that. I do keep my bullet journal in there though, so I do use it, but that was its main purpose, I think, was the iPad. So if you don't have a case on your iPad, it will fit perfectly in there. And then you got just some pockets for some pens and markers and things like that, and some elastics for cables, things like that. Just like the key clip that was on the top here, there is another magnetic little hook there so that when you do put it back in here, it clips in so that it's not going anywhere. You're not just sliding this into your bag and then letting it fly around. It clips right in there so it doesn't go anywhere. And I think that is such a clever design option. Like, as a designer myself, like I just appreciate all the little things that this bag has. And what's great is there's still room. There's still room. I put my laptop charger right on top of all this stuff because it just fits in there so perfectly. I love that. I'm gonna take this laptop out though for the remainder of this. All right, so let's talk about the main access now. We talked about the clamps, how cool they are, how nice they are. And it's kind of like a roll top type of bag, which actually, surprisingly, I really did not like any of the roll top bags that I've seen, but this one is super nice. I mean, it's kind of like more like a fold top if you ask me, but regardless, I'm gonna lay this down because you have full access to the entire bag, which is awesome. by zippering all the way down. So there's like a little clip here, and you zipper it all the way down, just kind of like you're dissecting something. You peel it back, and you have full access to your bag. I'm gonna stand this up one more time. Here's your camera cube just sitting in here. This is the native camera cube, and I wanna talk more about this separately. But you've got this back pocket here, you got another mesh pocket over here, another zipper pocket over on this side. So plenty of just different types of pockets on the interior of this bag. And then this camera cube that comes with it, which is awesome. So this is the interior of the bag, and you get the full access. So you can technically use this as like a duffel if you want to use it as an everyday bag, an overnight bag, and you're not really carrying camera gear. But with this native camera cube, there's still room for clothes, which is awesome. The only thing is that this native camera cube is kind of small. But let's talk about that. I'm gonna go through the side access to show you that. Entering this side access. Actually, you know what? Let's do it like this. When you open this up, here's your camera cube. I have nothing in it right now, but this is the small camera cube. I fit about a camera and another lens in this native camera cube. It is kind of small, but here's the cool thing about this bag. This bag was designed not just for just one type of photographer. This bag was designed for all types of photographers, and I've seen a lot of advanced photographers be like, oh, this camera cube is too small, I can never use it doesn't make any sense for me. Okay, well, first off, this camera cube is a great day pack. Like if you're like already at the destination where you wanna go and you just wanna take your camera and an extra lens or a camera and your battery pack and just that, you don't wanna carry the whole thing, this thing comes out. So you got these buttons right here. You got more buttons up top. I'm not gonna lie, I actually totally forgot to film this part, but before I take out the camera cube, I wanted to show you the pocket that sits behind the camera cube, and that's the RFID safe house pocket. I actually think it's really cool that it sits behind the camera cube door, especially when it's fully connected, because it kind of brings an extra layer of security to it if you think about it. But if you don't know what this is the RFID safe house pocket. And if you're traveling with this bag, especially like through airports and things like that, this is the best pocket to put your passport or credit cards or anything that has sensitive information on it, because it's gonna keep it secure from anybody stealing that information. So great pocket. Thanks for doing it, Bounty Supply. This thing slides out, and actually use the waist strap from this bag. Got this over here. The waist strap from the actual pack itself acts as just like a little handle for this to throw over your shoulder, throw over your back, and carry this with you as just like a day pack for wherever your destination is. I've used this just as that for like little hikes and stuff where I know exactly what I need. So this isn't necessarily just trash to your advanced photographer, but what's really cool about this bag is that it grows with you as you grow as a photographer. So if you are a beginner photographer, this would be perfect for you. And then they have other camera cubes that you can purchase. They have two other sizes actually, that as you get more gear and as you advance as a photographer, you could buy other camera cubes that fit perfectly in this. And so I'm gonna set this off to the side, and I actually did purchase the biggest size, so I don't have the middle tier with me, but here is your big camera cube. This is your biggest size for your advanced photographer with someone that has a bunch of stuff. Again, all my stuff is out of this, just so I can show you. Well, maybe not all of it, but I've got, you can see you got all these different dividers, which are actually made super, super well. I love this durability of this bag, and it fits perfectly in the Prima system. I'm gonna show you. So, open this up, unbutton that, zipper it all the way down, take your new camera cube, your big one, slide it in here, fits absolutely perfect. This was literally made for this bag. And they have other bags too, which their camera cubes also fit in, which is just super cool. They all work together. I think it's amazing how they just thought all that through. And then you just zipper this thing up. Fits perfectly in there. Close this down. I'll have to kind of extend this a little bit, but it fits so nice. Absolutely perfect. And now you got your big camera cube inside this bag for like a full day shoot. Whatever, you got a big project that you're working on, you can bring all of your stuff. Now, with this camera cube in here, this big one, you're not gonna really be able to fit clothes in here necessarily, unless maybe you sectioned out part of the camera cube, like the top part of it. You could probably section that off and add like a couple t-shirts and stuff like that, which I have done. But yeah, and the best part is, it still works with the side access. Open this up. There's actually another zipper for the camera cube. Unzipper that, and then these clamp together. These little buttons kind of attach it to the bag so it really doesn't go anywhere, making it really easy for you to access this from the side. I think that is so nice. But I'm actually gonna take this out and let's fast forward this part so you don't watch me just completely disassemble this bag. All right, so that, I think that is just so cool, but there was one thing that I wanted to talk about that no one else is talking about this bag. And the first part of that has technically already been said, mentioning that this bag is really made for all levels of photographers, and it grows with you as you grow as a photographer, which I think is super, super cool. I mean, there are other bags that you can buy other camera cubes in different sizes for. Don't get me wrong, it's not the only bag in the universe that does that, but their camera cubes are designed really, really well. And even if you're just looking for a solid camera cube, check out Boundary Supply. I'm not getting paid to say that. They really do make great stuff. I've been super satisfied so far. But what I really want to talk about is the native camera cube. So many people have reviewed this bag, looked at how small this thing is, and just been like, this thing is not usable, I'm not happy with it, here's my review, it's kind of negative. The rest of the bag is cool, but this is just not meeting my needs. I get that, but no one's actually showing you how much you can actually fit in this thing. Yeah, it's not a lot, but let's talk about how much we can actually fit in this thing. Let's check out how I pack this thing. I'll show you how I pack this thing every single day, and we'll see how this thing can actually function. Let's check it out. So here's the camera cube by itself, and I wanted to show you a size comparison with my iPad Pro 12.9 inch. And so as you can see, they're basically the same size. So if you own one of these, you can get a really good idea as to how big or small this camera cube really is. And so I want to get into how much gear we can actually fit into this thing. And I want to show you just kind of with how I pack this day to day. So first things first, I want to show you the top pocket here. It's a very great simple pocket, very slim pocket, which you can put some SD cards in there if you want to, or I have some filters in there, just slides right in there. It's a perfect little fit. So that's how I use that pocket. And then as we open it, there are more pockets on the inside of this little flap here, some mesh pockets, and that's where I keep my SD cards. There are two separate pockets, so there is a little seam right there, so you can kind of separate some things if you want to. So I have different size cards in each one to do that. And then as you go into the inside of this, you'll see that there's only one little flex divider. And so a lot of people were actually talking about how they wish there were more dividers, but when I'm looking at this thing, it's really not big, and there's really no need for more, to be honest, because this is how I pack it. I have my Canon EOS R here. This is my everyday camera, and this is the kit lens, the 24-105 that I just keep on it primarily all the time, and it slides in just like that, perfectly. So I put that divider there so that it would fit snug right there. And this cube does sit sideways in the bag, so it's not resting on the lens itself when I slide it in, but that's where I keep the camera. And then I have this side pocket for a couple extra things. And one of those things is this little adapter that I have here for other lenses that are not native to the mirrorless line for Canon. So I keep that just in case, and I don't mind stuffing that down towards the bottom because it's not something I'm using all the time, but it's nice to have. And then on top of that, I just throw my little battery, my extra battery and charger, slide it in there just like that, and it's a perfect little fit. So that's really all I can fit in this thing. I've tried many different ways, and I felt like this was the most effective way to use this bag for myself. And then just zip it up, fits perfectly, and that's the native camera cube for the Prima system. Not very big, still a good weight to carry around if you wanted to carry this separately, but just wanted to show you how much you can actually fit in here, and I felt like that was the most effective way to use this. So as you can see, the native camera cube that comes with the Prima system, I think they call it the Verge case. I haven't really been calling it that this entire time, but as you can see, it really isn't that big of a camera cube. It doesn't hold that much as far as like your camera equipment, but it really does hold a good amount. And I want to kind of compare it to the Nomadic Peter McKinnon everyday camera bag, because if you look at their options, they do give you an option to purchase a camera cube that folds down and fits snug inside of their system for your daily use. Like if you're already at your destination, it's just like a smaller little camera bag that you can throw over your shoulder and go about your day for just a very, very few things. I feel like this is very comparable to that, maybe even just slightly bigger, because you can add the waist strap to it. Like I said earlier, add the waist strap to it, throw it over your shoulder, and go about your day. It also does have straps on the bottom, so you can still take a tripod with you. You can seriously load this thing up. And if you do have a taller lens, you can unzipper the bottom, which gives you more of an extension. Like if you have a 70 to 200 or something like that, it will still fit in this. So it does have a little bit of an extension to it. And so for all of the advanced photographers out there, I wouldn't totally just rule out this camera system just because this is small. Just reminding you that you could pick up a bigger camera cube like I did. This is the MK1. You can see the size difference. So you can really fit a lot of camera equipment inside this thing if you do carry a lot of equipment every single day, or if you are going on a lot of organized shoots. So, and you can probably even fold this down and shove this inside of that, just like, and make your own like Peter McKinnon everyday camera bag if you really wanted to. But it really is a great system, and I'm super excited to have it. So before we wrap up this video, let's just put this whole bag back together for daily use. So got my camera cube, got my bag. I'm gonna show you how I put this thing together and how I go about my day. So unzipper the side access, slide this in there. Then I'm gonna unzipper the camera cube so that I can attach it to the bag itself. Got 4 points, 1, 2, all right. So that's there, that's in place. Zipper this up. Put all my camera stuff in there. Throw my laptop in there. All my stuff that I need for going to the office, whatever, what have you. Can't forget the water bottle. All right, like I said, I usually take this little thing here, swing it around, strap it in there so it just doesn't go anywhere. Swing this around my shoulder, and I'm ready to go. But yeah, feels super good. On my back, it's even got a sternum strap. Love this thing. Feels super good. It feels super weird actually wearing it while I'm sitting in this chair, but it is a really awesome bag, and I'm super stoked to have it. And I would be super thrilled to hear if you guys picked it up too and what your thoughts are. Well, I think that's about all I've got for you guys in this video, but if you found this helpful in your search of a camera bag, be sure to give this video a like, drop a comment down below. I'd love to know what kind of camera bags you're considering. If you have any questions about the Prima system, be sure to drop them down below too, because I'm sure I did not cover everything about this bag, as I just kind of breezed through a lot of the things that I enjoy about it. If you have a question about the MK1, let me know. I can do a more in-depth kind of breakdown of this camera cube, as well as it doesn't come with the Prima system. So if you have the Prima or whatever and you want to buy the MK1, or if you just want to buy it just because it's a solid camera cube, I'd be happy to answer those questions and let you know just how everything holds up over time, because I know that's a big one too. But either way, guys, I'm glad you guys stuck around to the end. Make sure you subscribe for more content with photography, graphic design, all that great stuff. Until next time, peace. I think it's super fun to do. Like just open, and sometimes I like try to just like throw it and see if it catches, because it is magnetic. I don't really have to do anything. I'll just kind of throw it and see if it latches on, and I think that's so fun.